Hello, been gone for a while, had a few things happen, had some knee surgery and moved, but I think I'm ready to get things rolling again and to start things back off. I've got a video today that I started making quite a while ago and just really kind of needed to edit and put up. Here we have a sweet stout. So we have our water heated up to 168 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and pour it in our cooler here. Slowly lower this in here. The slower you do it, the more the grain you can make sure and get all the way wet. And nice and warm, the better. And for tonight's grain, have 2 pounds of an English 2-row pale malt, or pale malted barley rather, a pound of 40 Lovibond crystal malt, 3/4 of a pound of roasted barley, and a half pound of black patent. And everything except for the 2-row malt is domestic grain. Whoop! Careful not to splash. Alright. That should do. I'll go ahead and pour the rest of my hot water on top here. If you haven't seen some of my other videos, it's best to try and cover your grain bag by at least 1 inch or 2. So we'll pour that all in. We're doing a single infusion mash, so this is going to sit for 60 minutes, and at that point we're going to run some about 1.5 gallons of 170 degree sparge water through it. In the meantime, let's kind of sit and wait, maybe have a beer. I usually start my sparge water about a half hour into the process, and then that's usually right about ready to go when this is finishing up. So I'll see you then. Alright, the grains have been in the cooler for an hour with our water. So we're going to go ahead and drain this now. So go ahead and run a couple of these through here to help clear that up. It's going to be kind of hard to tell on this. Nice and dark. It's going to be a good stout. Oh, nice. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and drain this into my brew pot. Once this is drained, then we'll go ahead and go through a sparging process. I have my sparge water heated up. I heated it up a little bit above 170 today because I don't think that my grain bed has been getting quite hot enough in the past. So you want to start at 170 with yours more than likely but you may need to adjust up from there if you find that it's not getting your grain hot enough. Right. So this, today I'm going to try and drain the water a little bit more slowly, and try and get this out a little bit more evenly than I have in the past. In hopes to have a little bit more efficient extraction. I think I've been getting probably around 60% somewhere, and I'm hoping maybe to be able to figure out how to get that more up around 75. It may just be that I need to get some different equipment, but see what we can't do with what we have right now. So this is actually coming out pretty clear. So I'm basically just going to keep going ahead and just draining this out as slowly as I can here, and adding water back in over the top, so that it never really gets down below the top of the grain bed, so on and so forth, until I'm out of sparge water. And then at that point, we'll start our normal boil process for the wort. We now have all of our extraction from the grain in our brew pot, and that's boiling away. So we're going to go ahead and add our other ingredients for the beginning of the boil here. First of all, we have 3/4 of an ounce of akin Golding hops. So I'm going to dump that in. Tonight we're using leaf hops. I've been just finding that, at least for me, they've been giving a little bit better hop flavor, and they're a little bit easier to get out of the wort before you're putting it in a fermenter. So there's those. The other thing we're putting in tonight is 4 pounds of a light malt extract. In this case, we're using Munton's plain light spray dried malt extract. So I'm going to cut these open and get this stirred in, and at that point can just set the timer for 45 minutes, and once that has gone by, we'll be right back and I'll tell you what else goes in. Alright, it's been 45 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of our hops. And this is 1/4 ounce of the Kent Golding and 1/2 ounce of Cascade. And again, those are all leaf hops, and they should all strain out nicely at the end here. So I'm going to set the timer for another 15 minutes, and I'll be back then. Another 15 minutes have gone by, so I'm going to go ahead and add the Irish moss. This is a 1/4 teaspoon. Stir that in. And now just go ahead and set the timer for another 15 minutes, and that'll wrap it up. At that point, just want to go ahead and strain the hops out of the wort, and get that in a fermenter, and of course fill that up with some clean, cool water to 5 gallons. Once that's cool enough, then you can go ahead and throw in your yeast. I think tonight I'm going to be using the Safe Ale S04, the English ale yeast, for this. And that's about it. So thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Alright, so I've saved like 1 bottle of this for maybe 2 months now, but here it is, the sweet stout. It's really nice. It has a nice small bubble head on it and everything like that, and it tastes great. Wish I still had more.